Season 2, Chapter 7. Hijrah and Umar's Courage. The command from Allah had finally arrived. The believers were ordered to leave Mecca and migrate to Medina. It was not an easy journey. They were leaving behind their homes, their wealth, their families, and the city where they had spent their entire lives. One after another, the Muslims departed quietly. Most of them traveled under the cover of darkness. They avoided the roads. They hid from the eyes of Quraysh. Every step carried uncertainty. Every farewell carried tears. But among all the believers, there was one man whose departure would be unlike any other. His name was Umar ibn Al-Khattab, the same Umar who had once set out to destroy Islam, now stood ready to defend it with every breath he had. Before leaving Mecca, Umar prepared himself. He fastened his sword firmly around his waist. He placed his bow across his shoulder. He filled his quiver with arrows. Then, without hesitation, he stepped into the streets of Mecca. The city was already awake. Merchants stood beside their shops. Travelers moved through the market. The chiefs of Quraysh gathered near the Kaaba. As Umar walked forward, conversations slowly faded. People stepped aside. Every eye followed him. No one dared to block his path. His footsteps echoed through the streets. His face showed complete peace. His heart was filled with absolute trust in Allah. When he reached the sacred Kaaba, he began his tawaf. 7 times he circled the house of Allah with dignity and calmness. After completing his tawaf, Umar stood in prayer. The noise of the marketplace seemed to disappear. There was only one thing in his heart: his Lord. When he completed his prayer, he slowly turned toward the leaders of Quraysh. He stood before them without fear. His voice was strong, his words were clear. He declared, "Whoever wishes his mother to lose her son, whoever wishes his wife to become a widow, or whoever wishes his children to become orphans, let him meet me beyond this valley." Silence filled the air. The words spread across the courtyard of the Kaaba. The proud warriors of Quraysh looked at one another. But no one moved. No sword left its sheath. No man stepped forward. The same people who had spent years persecuting weak and defenseless Muslims could not face one man whose heart was filled with faith. Umar looked across the crowd one final time. Not with pride, but with certainty. He knew that honor comes only from Allah. Then he turned away. Behind him remained Mecca, the city where he had been born, the city where he had accepted Islam, and the city where countless memories had been written. Ahead of him lay Medina, a land where Islam would flourish, a place where the Muslim community would finally live in peace. As Umar walked across the desert, every step carried hope. Every step brought the believers closer to a new future. His hijrah was not merely a migration. It was a public declaration that the truth would never hide from falsehood. His courage strengthened the hearts of the Muslims. His example became an inspiration for generations to come. History would never forget that remarkable day. Not because Umar carried a sword, but because he carried a heart that feared none but Allah. And through that unshakable faith, Allah raised Islam higher than ever before. To be continued.